Just to say no one first. I will leave here.
Mr. Governor, sir. Project Performance Agency Office, Mrs. Sarah Adiogo. Or just head straight to Ms. Adiogo to the, please, madam.
Good morning, EDSG graduate trainees. You're welcome to this session. Thank you for this session. For the new set of graduates and the aspirations for the Edo State Civil and Public Service. The graduate development program has been structured, and these 25 people are the first inductees into the program. This morning we are presenting them to you, Your Excellency, as the future top talent of EDSG, for your words of encouragement to them and your vision for them as the top talent of this work stream. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
State Civil Service. As you must know by now, from your induction and onboarding, we are restructuring the civil service for performance and high impact productivity. I told you during your onboarding session that if Nigeria must move forward, if Edo must progress, then its best quality human resource must be in charge of government. This has always been the tradition. This is what happens in practically all developed countries of the world. You go to a country like Singapore, the best talents go into the public service because that is a structure, that is the platform to change our society. It's not only about your performance, intellectual performance. That is important. It shows that there's discipline, you have that self-discipline. That's why you're able to apply yourself to getting the grades you have. But what is even going to be much more paramount is your integrity. We would like to see you apply yourself to your work, but above all, we want you to set the standards for proper behavior. Government is about service. When you serve, you create value for society, and you benefit from that value. What has happened up to now that has put us where we are is those people who have been appointed and given the responsibility to provide leadership in terms of service opted to serve themselves, not the society. So when you take money from government, money that is supposed to be used to render services, whether it's in education, whether it's in infrastructure, and you steal it because it's not yours. If you take what doesn't belong to you, it's stealing for your own personal use. And how does this happen? You have been given a responsibility for a particular item. They say, okay, we need to build schools or we need to train teachers. This is the amount of money. We're supposed to pay them 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira a day. You then take 500 from their money for yourself, shortchanging them, and therefore dampening their enthusiasm to work. As far as I'm concerned, that is stealing, because that money belongs to somebody else who who you are supposed to be supervising and helping, and you have kept that money to yourself. So it happens in little things, it happens in big things. And it's a collection of these habits that is what we're seeing in Edo State today. It is not that government does not have enough resources. It's the way we are applying the resources. Those people who are in charge, public servants, will rather serve themselves and their families instead of serving the generality of our population. If things work well for the society, it works well for all of us, isn't it? It works well for our families and even the extended families and friends. But above all, you receive that fulfillment. You receive divine blessings. And poverty is a state of mind. You see people you admire them, they have many cars, they have many houses, but they are not satisfied. They're still looking for money. They're still taking little bits from people who they are better than, or you believe that they are better than. We will work together to try and improve the conditions of civil servants and public servants. I am one person who believes that people must be paid well. People must be encouraged to do well, to keep their jobs. But we also, in our personal lives, need to moderate our expectations and the way we spend. There are certain things that are just not necessary. We are going to be going through very, very difficult times in Nigeria in the next few years. Very difficult. Because it's an adjustment process we're going through. That is why we're doing what we're doing in Edo, ahead of the coming storm. But I believe that if we have a new generation of you who understand that it is your responsibility to build and order the society that you're going to live in and your children are going to live in, and get you to begin to do it today, in another 20 years' time, you will have a much better society than we have now. If what we're doing now was started 20 years ago, we would have been at another level today. So, my parting words for you is just note that so much is expected of you. Because for us, just looking at you, you've already invested in yourselves, right? By making sure that you diligently went through your academic programs. Now you are in the real world, and it's time to now use the learnings, that discipline with which you got through your academic programs, to now begin to use it in your work life. One thing you must always note is that you will always shine if you're a star. So don't get discouraged, don't get downcast because, oh, my friends in the private sector are doing this, are doing that. The kind of responsibilities that you are going to be given in government, like regulatory responsibilities, is much more important. Will put you at a higher pedestal than those in the private sector who are anyway. I used to be in the private sector, but I now have realized that the work in government is more impactful and more important because you're doing for everybody. In the private sector, you're just doing for the owners of the company and maybe yourself. So take a long view. Like, if I do this work properly, I cannot be worse off. You command a premium even when you leave government, because you know what they know and know much more than what they know, because they don't know what you know. The last point I want to make to you is that, as you already know, life is about continuous learning. you must continue to update and upgrade yourselves. You must continue to acquire knowledge and information so that you are a rounded person. As a public servant, you want to be rounded. You don't want to be a narrow, just narrowly specialized. You have to continue to read. You have to continue to seek for information so that when you find yourself in a position to make decisions, you are equipped with a broad range of information beyond that your narrow discipline, which will help you in taking the appropriate decisions. So once again, I want to congratulate you and say so much is expected of you. And I look forward to seeing you. I think you're going to rotate them around. Yes, because we are also building in a mentoring program into it so that you can work close with experienced senior government officers. So I look forward to seeing you, in the workplace, and wish you all the best in your careers. Congratulations.
It's Mr. Governor, eloquent and short response. We come to the good morning.